Hello everyone, this is Ryan here with another deck review for Hocus Pocus. Today we have one of the latest offerings from the Dan and Dave team, the Vintage Plaid reprint. When recreating this deck, they reworked all the major design elements except the card backs and the courts. The Vintage Plaid series is inspired by the childhood camping trips of Dan and Dave. The plaid design captures the feel of the outdoors, while the textured tuck case feels like the quality packaging that vintage products used to come in. Let's start off with a look at the tuck case. The tuck case is cut from a thick stock and stamped with a simulated leather texture over the green areas. The front has playing cards embossed in gold foil centered near the top, with US regulation in red above and the 4 suits circled in gold underneath. DDPCC sits at the bottom and stands for the company name. The sides have a clean off-white oval surrounded by a thin gold frame. Red ink is used for the writing on both sides. The bottom of the box has a barcode and the Dan and Dave logo and website. The top of the box has plaid number 1 in off-white over the hunter green. The tuck flap states that bad luck is bad play. The plaid design is carried over to the interior, adding a nice touch of class. The deck seal from the limited edition Antler series is used for this deck and contains the twins' birth year and the double D logo. The back of the tuck is free of texture and contains the exact back design and scale, except the background is cream instead of the tan used on the card backs. The reprint tuck case differs from the original release in the arrangement of the pips on the front, the font, the writing on the bottom, the interior printing, and the deck seal. The card back design is composed of hunter green and deep orange stripes overlapped on a tan background. Alternating thick and thin bands of color give the pattern some variation and create a design that has some visual movement. The full bleed works perfect with this pattern and provides a continued look in fans and spreads. A unique feature of this deck is the off-white background on the card faces. It's not very evident at first, but you can tell that the off-white is muted and fits the vintage feel. The pips themselves and the layout remain traditional, but the red color is toned down with an orange tint. The indices have been redesigned with a bolder look and sharper edges. The court cards are USPCC Classic, but with hunter green, orange red, and pale gold color palette. A pinstriping pattern borders the larger pip, and some writing in the same font as the box front resides in the center. Made in the USA sits below. The other 3 aces are standard in size and layout. The 2 jokers are different from each other and different from the first vintage plaids. A peregrine falcon in a perched pose fills one of the jokers, while a white-tailed deer occupies the other. Joker and the scientific name of the animals make up the other part of the print on the cards. 2 extra cards come in the pack. One is an ad card for the art of play with some gambling advice, replacing the word search card from the first release. The other is a recipe card for mint julep, a gentleman's drink commonly associated with a famous horse race. The cards are printed on the Dan and Dave trademarked thin stock by USPCC, and the D&D brand assures that the proper quality controls were in place to produce the finest playing cards possible. Each card measures out to 0.27 millimeters thick and weighs 1.643 grams per card. There's no borders to measure, but the full bleed offers an opportunity to confirm the quality of the cut. Very little variation exists along the edge pattern, showing the registry on the print and cutting was considered. The cards handle like you'd expect from most Dan and Dave decks. The finish is nice and slick, and the stock is thin, allowing for smooth handling, easy fans, and packet separation. The borderless design adds to the look of flourishes and aids in smooth second dealing. The traditional styling and slight modifications to color and indice boldness do not take away from the playability of the deck. Collectors will appreciate the difference in the tuck and the slight upgrades like the interior printing, the larger debossed gold foil font on the front, and the newer deck seal. Dan and Dave continue to produce some of the finest playing cards in my opinion. They take the time to find designs that are both timeless and in tune with current trends. Vintage plaid will add an air of nostalgia and heritage to your card work or your gameplay. The thin stock, the smooth finish, and the quality tuck case are sure to satisfy whether you intend to use or collect this deck. So click your way over to hocus-pocus.com, pick up a pack, and start cutting and shuffling your way back to vintage days. Thanks for watching.